I never expected the question to hit me so hard. It came out of nowhere during a late-night conversation with a close friend, someone I trust deeply. They looked at me, their eyes heavy with frustration, and asked, "How do you not let all the terrible things out there corrupt you? How do you stay so good?" It took me off guard. I paused, unsure how to respond. After all, I don't really think of myself as good. I just exist. I observe, I navigate, I feel deeply, but good? That's not how I see it. Their question, though, lingered in my mind, gnawing at me. And eventually, I began to reflect on what it truly means to walk through this chaotic, tumultuous world as an INFJ. As someone who feels everything so deeply, how is it that I managed to not let the darkness swallow me whole? I thought about how life has shaped me, how from an early age, I learned that evil wasn't something just external. It was something lurking in all of us, even in me. At 12, I saw it for the first time. It wasn't some dramatic confrontation. It was a quiet, painful moment at school. A group of kids mocked a boy who always sat alone, quiet, invisible. They laughed at him as if he didn't even exist. I didn't know this boy. But their cruelty struck me in a way that felt personal. It felt like their laughter wasn't just aimed at him. It was aimed at something in all of us, including me. I remember the dark thought that crossed my mind. What if I laughed with them? What if I joined in? It would be easier than standing out, wouldn't it? Easier than becoming a target myself. That was the first time I realized the line between light and shadow doesn't just exist outside of us. It runs right through the core of every single person, including me. As an INFJ, I know that battle all too well. The constant tension between the world I dream of and the world I am stuck in. The frustration of wanting to heal, to love, to understand, but being faced with so much anger, fear, and manipulation. By the time I reached my teenage years, I had this burning idealism. I wanted to believe in the goodness of people, in the possibility of a better world. But it didn't take long before that idealism started feeling like a curse. I saw the lies people told, the harm they caused to one another, and I often wondered if I was the naive one. Maybe I was too hopeful, too soft. There were days I just wanted to shut off the empathy. I wanted to stop feeling everything so deeply. I wanted to become numb, like the rest of the world seemed to be. But no matter how hard I tried, it was like betraying myself. I couldn't turn off who I was. Being an empath, being an INFJ, it wasn't something I could control. It was just part of me. I thought adulthood would somehow make things easier. But in truth, it only gave me a closer, more painful look at how manipulative people can be. The lies, the games, the cruelty hidden behind smiles. At first, it broke me. I lay awake at night, replaying conversations in my head, wondering how I could have been so blind, so trusting. But over time, I began to see the patterns. Manipulative people are predictable. They act from a place of fear, insecurity, and desperation. They project their internal chaos onto others. And that's when it clicked. Evil isn't powerful. It's fragile. It only has power when you give it yours. As an INFJ, I could see through the masks they wore. The lies, the manipulations, the games, they couldn't hide their true intentions from me. That was my edge, that was my strength. One of the most important lessons I learned was this. Empathy isn't a weakness. The world may try to tell you otherwise. People will say you're too sensitive or that you care too much. But the truth is, empathy is what makes us strong. It's what makes us resilient. A mentor once told me, "You can't fight fire with fire. You have to drown it in water." That advice stuck with me. Where others met anger with anger, I met it with calm. Where others sought revenge, I sought understanding. And no, it wasn't easy. Sometimes I wanted to scream. Sometimes I wanted to let my darker instincts take over and get even, to make them feel what I felt. But every time I resisted, I realized it wasn't for them. It was for me. I didn't want their darkness to become mine. There was a time when someone I trusted betrayed me deeply. It felt deliberate, like they wanted to hurt me. For weeks, I wrestled with my anger, with a desperate urge to make them feel the pain I felt. But one night I sat down and asked myself, what would revenge really give me? Would it heal the wound? Would it bring me peace? The answer, of course, was no. Instead, I chose to walk away. I set my boundaries, not out of weakness, but out of strength. Holding on to their darkness wasn't my responsibility. Here's the thing about INFJs and empaths. Our strength doesn't lie in brute force. It lies in our ability to see through the chaos, to understand it, and to choose not to reflect it. Evil thrives on fear, anger, and control. But when you respond with calm, with empathy, with an unwavering sense of inner truth, it has nowhere to go. That's the power of the INFJ. We're not invincible, but we know where our true strength lies. We know that we carry something that can never be broken, even if the world around us is falling apart. We hold on to the vision of what the world could be, even when everything around us tries to convince us otherwise. So to my friend who asked how I stay so good, here's my answer. It's not about being good. It's about knowing who I am and refusing to let the world change that. Evil will always be powerless against a heart that refuses to close, against a mind that seeks understanding instead of control. And that's why, as an INFJ, I walk through the darkness and still stand tall. If you resonate with this message, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so you never miss a deep dive into what it means to be an INFJ in today's world. If you're an empath or INFJ yourself, leave a comment and let me know how you stay true to your heart despite the chaos. Remember, no matter how hard life gets or how dark the world feels, evil only holds power when we give it our energy. Stay grounded in your truth. Walk through the chaos with your heart open, and remember, your light will always be stronger than their darkness. Keep walking and never let the world convince you otherwise.